Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to F1 2020 here for my team career mode, round 7 I believe, at the French Grand Prix. And once again, picking up where we usually pick up, end of practice, getting another 1,000 odd resource points in the bank for future upgrades, boosting our morale, happy points, acclaim, whatever the hell it does. Anyway, coming to the end of qualifying 1. Actually, at the end of qualifying 1, I believe it's our only run in qualifying 1 we're going to do. And we come across the line to go P4 of a 127.2. And that's good enough for P16. I was a bit concerned when I didn't see my name in the top 14 there. It's a bit overconfident by me, but anyway, we managed to get through. And now we're coming to the end of our final, or our only run in qualifying 2. On the soft tyres, we're going to go P9. So we managed just to scrape through into Q2 and into Q3. But we're through, that's what matters, not how close we decided we want it to be. As you can see there, Raikkonen unfortunately gets knocked out. We see the end of the start of qualifying 3, it's actually started raining. And we're going to be one of the first to cross the line, I believe. We might actually be the first, aside from the 2 Mercedes behind us. So hopefully we should have the best track conditions, but we know what the AI are like. The AI can be difficult in these situations. They always seem to find some ridiculous speed in A, qualifying, and B, in conditions where the player will struggle because the player runs traction control and ABS off. Because, you know, why not? Why make it difficult? But we do actually go purple in the first sector, but that's not going to mean anything. Because we were the first one to cross it. If this was a league race, we would that would mean something. We would definitely have the fastest sector, because even though they're 2 or 3 seconds behind us on track, that accounts for a lot in terms of these changeable conditions. Track de-evolution and track evolution, either way it goes, is very powerful in this game, and it's not more so present than in wet or dry tyres on a wet track. Anyway, we're rounding out the lap now. We've got a little bit of traffic of Max Verstappen ahead of us. Actually, no, that might be Alexander Albon. But he's a bit too far ahead to really cause me any major concern. As we're rounding the final corner now, as you can see, just on the mini-map, whoever's behind me, which I believe is Valtteri, is closed up massively to us. So we're going to come across the line to set a 127.6. But as Valtteri crosses the line, he does a 27.0. So despite being behind us on track by 3 or 4 or 5 seconds at the start of the lap, he still goes 6 times faster than us. Hamilton went even faster than Valtteri, and then Sainz got P4, I think, and then Verstappen P3. I glossed over that pretty quickly because I was pretty pissed off in terms of the way the AI are able to shine in those conditions, but whatever. We're still starting top 5 at a track I am very good at and I do enjoy a lot. Obviously the fuel and ERS management will come in crucial, and I'm very good at that, so let's hope we can have a decent result. Obviously strategy is going to be a massive factor in this race. So let's get started for round 7 at Le Castellet. So, what is going to be vexing in terms of strategy? The preferred strategy for this race is a one-stop, starting on the mediums, going to the hards. Despite what I did in the league race, or the practice league race we had quite a while ago now, where I did a two-stop. I think that's just the fact, if you, in a short qualifying session, you want to be starting on the soft cycle, but in full qualifying you want to be going to the mediums. But we don't have the pace to get through on the mediums, sadly, and I knew this. So we're going to be doing the two-stop. We're starting P5, got 3, 4 and 5 of that, and it's lights out and away we go for the French Grand Prix. Sainz get an amazing initial launch there, and he continues there. We get a massively squirmy launch, so we're going to be under threat from the two Ferraris behind. They're going to go either side of us and pincer us, but luckily we managed to hold off the attack from Leclerc and Vettel. Sainz gets a bit caught up behind Verstappen and Bottas. Hamilton's running away up front as these three are battling. And now we're going to try and set up a move on Sainz, he's getting quite bottled up here behind the Red Bull and Mercedes. We're going to go around the outside here into turn 5, I think, or turn 6. Unfortunately, nothing does a bit there, and now we're going to have to defend from all the ERS gaming AI that will be behind us. So we're having to burn all of our ERS as well. See, Sainz, Bottas and Verstappen are going to be battling going into this chicane here. Verstappen and Bottas go side by side. We managed to go right around the other side of Carlos Sainz there, so it's a pretty good move from us there. We're up into P4 now, and now we've got to hunt down Verstappen and Bottas. You can see we like using our ERS at the exit of that chicane because the AI do not deploy it there. For them, apparently they can't get overtakers. We actually run really wide going into this right-hander, so that presents Sainz with an opportunity, which luckily he doesn't utilise. And yeah, coming to the right out of the first lap, been a pretty decent start as we've managed to make up a position. Hamilton's managed to pull a massive air gap of maybe 1.5 to 2 seconds up front, so that's going to severely hamper us in terms of potentially catching him, which I believe like we could do. We definitely have the pace to do in the race. As Hamilton does a 35.4, we do a 39.1, so we've lost 4 seconds to him, which is a bit vexing because we come on to lap 6 now and nothing really happened, but we're going to be pitting. And we're going to be going on to, I want to say the mediums. So I think we will be going to the mediums. We did lose a bit of touch to Verstappen and Bottas up ahead, which is rather annoying. I think if we stayed in the DRS it would have been a lot easier, so we are going to go to the mediums. As Verstappen goes onto the softs, we are going to get an undercut on Valtteri, so that's definitely going to help us out in terms of catching back up to him as we come out. Sainz is actually undercut as he pitted a lap earlier, which is a bit annoying. I paused the game there because I had to go do something, so that sort of interrupted my flow a bit. But as you can see, rejoining P18, but now positions are going to come to us thick and fast as everyone else decides to pit. And go back to the strategy. Obviously the strategy is a preferred one stop, and when I say that the preferred strategy is a one stop, you'll see this last season, a lot of teams you wouldn't expect to do well, and you see currently at the moment we actually have an AlphaTauri 1-2, I believe, if I can actually see that properly. And I think, yes, an AlphaTauri 1-2. I think my teammates in there are battling those ways. We go around the outside of Sainz here, just to interrupt myself, talking about strategy is a decent move, but unfortunately we don't get it on the traction. Luckily we have full ERS, so we're just going to burn all that now. The Sainz is actually going to be closing up to Latifi here, so it's going to be potentially 3 wide going into the chicane. We just dive down the inside. We throw the car in here and we just about managed to get it done. We actually made contact with Sainz a little bit, but I believe that was just wheel to side pod, and no damage was inflicted on Sainz there. So 2 positions gained, and that's definitely going to help us out as we catch onto the back of Nick De Vries on lap 10. It's going to be a pretty easy pass, so use the ERS just to ensure it, because you know what the AI like, defending unnecessary positions. But this is interesting. De Vries will be quite close to us come the time that we need to stop again. So to everyone we're battling, she's still on the mediums. The time lost in the pit lane as we're siphoning our way through the pack here is a lot. It's something like 25 seconds, and in a track that's known for DRS trains. 25 seconds counts for a lot of positions. Sometimes, at least in league racing, doing a 2-stop can potentially throw you out of a win and put you in P20 or P22 rather. So yeah, it would be P20 on an online lobby, but yeah, still, it's an interesting track, and I do love this track in terms of its strategies. We've made our way up into P8 now, and you see all the medium runners are coming in for hards, so they're going to be about 10 to 15 seconds behind us, but they're going to get an undercut on us, but we're going to be on fresh softs come the end of the race. So we're currently P4. We've lost 7.5 seconds to Verstappen ahead because he's been on the soft tyres and not caught up in traffic as much. They're going to pit now and go to mediums, so we're going to have to try and keep the gap under 10 seconds to them, which I feel is going to be quite difficult to do. But 10 seconds on fresh softs, yeah, it's definitely doable. As you can see, Jeff is actually telling us to come in this lap, which I believe we are going to do as Daniel Ricciardo retires from the session. Our rear wing, the DRS flap, is actually broken, and we actually extended our medium stint to lap 19, which don't know if I should have done. As you can see here, Gasly and Kvyat inherit the lead. Bottas is very close behind them, so I don't think those Alpha Tauri will hold on to the lead for long. As you can see, the pit lane is, yeah, it's about 30, so longer than 25 seconds, about 30 seconds, and we're going to lose a lot of positions here. We're going to be in P12 coming out of the pit lane, and we've got some work to do, a lot of work to do actually, to try and get ourselves back up into P4, and that's where I at least want to be, is P4. It's yeah, otherwise we'll have pretty much shagged ourselves in this race. But anyway, first person on our hit list is Romain Grosjean. Easy pass on him. Next up is going to be Ocon. I need to be overtaking these guys like 2 a lap, or 1 a lap at least. Is on lap 21. Ocon is next, and this is going to be for a points paying position. And round the outside we go. Pretty simple stuff. Up into P10. Norris is 2.5 seconds ahead. Verstappen is 6 seconds ahead. So those two are definitely on the cards to get. And here you go. Norris, we've got to back it. They've actually managed to create a big, nice train here. So that's ever so nice of them. On that 24 now, Norris is going to be next on our hit list. We're going to go round the outside here, turns to the inside for this right-hander, and we're going to get the move done on him. And next up is Checo Perez, who is a bit too far out of slipstream range for Verstappen ahead. I don't think he doesn't have DRS, so this is going to be an easy pass. That's two cars in about 3 corners basically. So we get past him, now up into P8. Verstappen and Raikkonen go side by side. Raikkonen played the amazing team role there, holding up Verstappen. Verstappen gets an absolutely terrible exit out of the chicane. Now we're going to use ERS, and we're going to go straight past him. We're going to hopefully try and get him into this right-hander. Going up the inside, it's going to be risky going side by side with the AI here. Luckily we get it done. We're burning a lot of ERS to get this move done, but we need to do it quickly whilst our softs are still somewhat fresh. And next up is Raikkonen. So we've made up 3 positions in the space of about a sector there. As you see, coming on to the turn 1 of lap 25, we get past Raikkonen. And now we're looking for Daniel Kvyat on lap 27. This is for P4 now. This is going to be very important because this is where we once were. And we managed to get P4, so we haven't lost anything in terms of doing the 2-stop now. The Mercedes are going to run away for 1-2. Valtteri's going to win. We're going to come across the line for P4 potentially. We've got very low ERS, and Kvyat is right behind us. Our softs are pretty much, well, they are dead at this point. So Kvyat might get us back, but we do have DRS, so we should be pretty safe from him. Yeah, we did manage to recover well. We managed to recover to 4th place. We could have got 3rd, and I was sad that at the end of the race I was knowing I should have got 3rd. I just got held up behind too many drivers. I maybe pitted a lap too late, which is annoying, but anyway, still a decent result. 4th place, but unfortunately Valtteri gains a lot of points back on us in the driver standings. He's going to be, I don't know, he's going to be at least like 12 points ahead of us now, maybe 13. 13, 14 points ahead of us. We'll have to see. So yes, Valtteri's going to gain 12 points on us in this driver's standings. Our fastest lap helping us out a lot there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get anything more from this race, which is a bit annoying. But it happens. See, the one stop is so powerful around here. Our teammate manages to get points, so he's helping somewhat. Definitely helped out in terms of cooking Max Verstappen in that race, which is very handy indeed for us. As you can see, yeah, we've lost 12 points to Bottas. We jump back ahead of Red Bull in the standings for the constructors, so a bit of a seesaw between us two at this point. And we re-signed Vettel as our rival, and we're currently beating him again, so he's going to be pretty easy to beat. We're going to up our team acclaim now to level 17, I believe. So a few more levels and we'll be able to get a fourth sponsor on the car, which will definitely help us out in terms of getting more money. Unfortunately, we didn't complete 100 laps this race weekend. We only completed 90. I don't think there wasn't any full retirements. That was just down to the fact that the track has a few laps in a race. But we're nearly at $10 million, so money isn't really that much of an issue. We get an engine and chassis upgrade in time for Austria, so that's definitely going to help us out. We've got 2 days to use on a activity, and we're going to use that for G-force training to help Kimi Räikkönen's race pace even more. As you can see, we've actually moved up to the 4th best car in the field. Our upgrades are coming thick and fast here in Season 2, and this is definitely helping us out a lot. We're going to go for an engine upgrade, which will come in time for Britain, I believe. And we're also looking at some downforce upgrades, but I believe I'm going to save my resource points and go for 2 major downforce upgrades as my next ones. As the next engine upgrades are ERS and fuel, which I can naturally manage. But yeah, our car is getting closer to Red Bull. I feel like we have the pace to fight Red Bull easily now, and Mercedes is still quite a way ahead of us, which is a bit annoying, but hopefully come the latter half of the season we will be able to get them. And looking at the rest of the season, we've got Austria, great track for me. Britain, we're going to get clapped at because the AI are ridiculously powerful there. Hungary, good track. Belgium, Italy, Singapore, Mexico, Brazil, all good tracks for me. And the only one that's having me worried, or had me worried at this point, was USA. But let's hope we get some good results, and then come the point where we need to be worrying about the bad tracks for myself and any potential engine penalties. We'll have a decent enough lead over Valtteri. But if you did enjoy round 7 at Paul Ricard, please leave a like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for round 8 at Austria very soon.